All right, thanks for joining our Finding Contracting Opportunities webinar. My name is James Forrest. I'm the Program Coordinator for the Northern California Procurement Technical Assistance Center, otherwise known as Norcal PTAC. The main presentation today will be delivered by Nancy Pigeon, who is Norcal PTAC's very own procurement specialist. We also have Patricia Silva from Caltrans District 2 to tell you a bit about contracting with Caltrans. This is the third part in our four-part government contracting web series that's taking place in August. So do make sure to join for tomorrow's web series as well, when we'll have Paul Tavernius from the SBA talking about contracting with the federal government. So before we hand things over to our presenters here, Tricia Silva and Nancy Pigeon, as you can see, I'm just going to talk a little bit about PTAC. If you've been on one of these webinars before, you know my spiel is pretty short. Norcal PTAC is a nonprofit program set up to help small businesses achieve success in the government marketplace. We're funded mostly by the DLA, that's the Defense Logistics Agency, but we also get grant funding from other state and local sources. We provide all of our services at no cost to the public, so that's good news for you. You didn't pay anything to join this webinar, and if you're a client, you won't pay anything to get one-on-one assistance. We are hosted by the Humboldt State Sponsored Programs Foundation up in Arcata, California, where that red star is. And last year, Norcal PTAC actually helped our clients win more than $268 million in government contracts. So you're in the right place. The way we do this is with three core services. The first is one-on-one counseling. Procurement specialists like Nancy here, she can help you with individually just about any government contracting topic you can think of. So if your business is located in one of these areas in green, we can meet with you via phone or video conference to walk you through all of the processes of selling your goods or services to the government. Second thing we offer is in-person and virtual workshops like this one on government contracting topics. So these are open to anyone to join from anywhere. You don't have to be in one of these counties. Check out our website at norcalptac.org to find more upcoming events, and I'll also touch on these after the main presentation for a minute. Third thing is this neat thing called bid matching. This is a service we can set you up with if you're a client, and it gives you daily access to local, state, and federal, and even prime contractor opportunities, so you can bid as a sub. When you have this tool set up, you will be notified when a bid requested is posted on any of these databases that matches your desired criteria. That way you can stay on top of the opportunities made available for you. So the catch is if you want one of these one-on-one services or the bid matching, we do require a client application on file. It's free and easy to do. All you have to do is make sure you're in one of these 15 counties and apply on our website. That's at norcalptac.org. We have it right there. Click on that red Apply Now button, create an account, fill out steps 1 through 7, and then you will receive an email from me within 2 business days assigning you to one of our procurement specialists if you are eligible. So that's not a guarantee of eligibility, but if you are, we will connect you with someone quite quickly. Just a quick note, if you've ever worked with a small business development center or SBDC in this region of Northern California, you should instead email us at info@norcalptac.org, and I will send you a special link to apply. We are just one of 94 PTACs nationwide. There's a lot of us, and we cover a lot of ground. So if you're not in one of these counties, we do encourage you to look up and apply for your local PTAC, who should be able to offer very similar services to the clients in your area. Just a little more housekeeping about the webinar before we hand things over to Nancy. I will be monitoring the Q&A. So in this version of Zoom, there is a chat and a Q&A. It looks like you're familiar with the chat, which is great. The Q&A feature is what we want to use for actual questions that you have about content that you'd like to go to Nancy. So if you have any questions during the presentation, enter them in the Q&A window feature. I will be monitoring those, and then once we get to the Q&A section at the end, Nancy and I will work together to get them answered. And if you have any questions for PTAC, my email address is in the bottom there, info@norcalptac.org. That will go to me, and we'll get your questions answered if you didn't feel like it was answered during the webinar. Just a quick note that if you ask a very specific question that's only really relevant for your specific legal situation and geographic and all of that stuff, I might skip it. No offense, just go ahead and email me with that question, and we'll see if we can get an answer for you. One more reminder that the slides and the video recording from today will be posted to our website, and that link will be shared with everybody later this afternoon. So you don't have to take notes if you don't want. You're going to get all of this to review. So before we hand things to Nancy, we're going to hand things to Patricia Silva, who is a small business liaison with Caltrans District 2. Let's have you go up next, Patricia. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Silva, and I am the Small Business Liaison for Caltrans District 2, located here in Redding, Northern California. Our district serves 7 counties: Shasta, Siskiyou, Modoc, Trinity, Lassen, and Plumas. Caltrans is made up of 12 districts, all the way from District 1 in Northern California, Eureka, all the way to Districts 11 and 12 in San Diego and Irvine, Southern California. So every district has a small business liaison, such as myself, and our job is to help businesses find procurement and contracting opportunities with Caltrans. So as you can see here on the screen, there's many useful links here for you to view later, as this is being recorded, as James said. Lots of good links here for learning more information about contracting with Caltrans. So please take time to view those resource links. And then on our next slide, we also have some more resources. So these are some PDF resources that you can view later, and especially doing business with Caltrans brochure, that's a great resource. Again, these are some great PDFs for you to view. Also, our contact information is on the screen as well, so you can reach out to any of us small district DSBLs, small business liaisons, in any of the districts. Right there, you can view the contact list for all 12 districts. Again, you can also reach out to small business advocate email if you have questions. And then there's my email as well, patricia.silva@dot.ca.gov. You can feel free to reach out to me as well with any questions. And then also we have our Caltrans event calendar. Please take a look at the event calendar to find more outreach opportunities such as this one you're viewing now. And thank you. Enjoy your presentation, and back to you, James.
Awesome. Thanks, Tricia. And Tricia often partners with us, and we're always happy to work with her. So thanks in general. Next up, we have Nancy Pigeon, who, like I mentioned, is one of our procurement specialists at Norcal PTAC. And she's going to take it away for the main presentation. Thanks, Nancy.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me all right? Okay, thank you. As James said, I'm Nancy Pigeon, one of the procurement specialists here at Norcal PTAC. And just a little bit about me, I'm a former contracting officer with the Department of Interior and the Department of Veterans Affairs and the U.S. Air Force. And I was also a small business specialist with the Department of Interior. And so today we're going to talk about finding opportunities for the federal, state, county, and city marketplaces. And before that, I just want to give a disclosure that the information provided in this presentation is accurate to the best of my knowledge. However, some information may have changed since compiling this presentation, or it may change over time. And let's see. And for our agenda today, we're going to go through each areas listed here for finding contract opportunities, starting with the federal level. And we'll spend a little bit of time on the federal level and searching for opportunities. Then we'll go through the state contract opportunities and also do a live demonstration there. And then further on down, we'll look at the county and local contract opportunities, and I'll show you the websites for the Alameda County and for the city of San Francisco. So for federal opportunities, just a little overview on them. Federal contract opportunities that exceed $25,000 are published in one location called the Government Point of Entry, and that's per the Federal Acquisition Regulation. And so the Government Point of Entry is Beta.SAM.gov, which was formerly FBO. So if you've been around for a little while, you probably know FBO. Everything has moved to Beta.SAM.gov. And the government must make available through the GPE pre-solicitation notices and synopsis, solicitations with specifications and technical data and information, and combined synopsis and solicitations. And some of the other notices that they publish are requests for information if they're doing some market research, looking for sources, and sources sought. Those are kind of the same. Requests for information, they can ask if you know, sort of like a industry standard, what's in the industry. Sources sought is where they're looking for sources. And then also award notices. So when something's awarded, it should be placed out in the awards announcements. The contract opportunities and notices found in Beta.SAM provides the following information. So there'll be original notice, and then any related notice will also show up in there. So they're usually interconnected. Once they add to a notice, it will show an update, and we'll see that shortly. The notice history that includes all the updates and tracking changes, and then any related attachments or external links, and then instructions on how to submit a response, offer a proposal, and the date on which responses are due. So for Beta.SAM, you do not need an account to search for opportunities, but the accounts are free and you can register for free. You can use a wide variety of filters to search for opportunities, and we're going to go through some of those today. You can do a keyword or response date. If you're interested in a particular federal organization, you can search on that organization. You can search by the type of notice, by the NAICS codes, any type of set aside, and a place of performance. If you only want to do California, you can look for California opportunities. And as I said earlier, all related notices are linked together. So anytime there's an update, it goes into the same notice. To do some more extensive, such as saving and rerunning searches, you'll need to have an account. This will allow you, like I said, saving and running researches, following opportunities, adding yourself to an opportunities interested vendor list, downloading any results, running customized reports on the opportunities data, and requesting access to controlled but classified attachments. And now we're going to go out and do the demonstration. Just be patient with me here bringing this up. I will need to do a new share. Sorry, I meant to do new share. Sorry about that. Okay. Are you seeing that?
I'm seeing that, yes.
Okay. So this is Beta.SAM, and actually I want to start at the beginning. Sorry about that. So here's the beginning. Sorry, I meant to sign in earlier, but we were having some issues. So let me do that now. Okay, sorry for that delay. So when we want to look at contract opportunities in Beta.SAM, we can come to the front page and search contract opportunities. And what I'd like to show you first is we can see how many results are out here, and our goal is to narrow that down to something that we're interested in. And you can see down here are all the opportunities or all the searches that you can do. And for me, I like to go in and change the filters right here and even narrow that down. So I'm not looking at federal organizations today. I don't want to look at any inactive dates. I do want to look at NAICS codes because that's what I'm going to search on to find my opportunities. Notice type, I want to leave that because I want to look at solicitations. I don't want the place of performance, but I'd like the place of performance state because I'm going to look for California. I'm not going to look for PSC codes, and I don't really care when it was published. All I care about is the response date. And I'm not going to search by an entity, but I would like to do a set-aside search. So once I update that, you can see that it arrows down all the searches. So then my first thing to do is the response date. And I will look at custom date. And for this, I will put today's date, and it will show me anything that the response is due after today. And then you hit filter. So that dropped us down to about 11,000 results, so that's a little better. And so since this is finding contract opportunities, where you want to look for any pre-solicitations, any solicitations, and any combined synopsis solicitations. So that's going to tell us everything that is out to be for solicitation for bids or quotes or proposals. And then let's see. So that got us down to 9,000 results. And now we're going to do, I'm going to put in my NAICS code. So that's for environmental consulting services. And you can see we're down to 43 results. But I want to go one step further and see, I'm a woman-owned small business, so let me see if there's anything set aside just for me. You can see I have 2 opportunities as a woman-owned business that's just set aside for woman-owned small business. But for right now, I just want to see everything that's a total set aside for a small business. So there are 24 results now that I can bid on as a small business. And now I said I wanted to work in California. So let me check if there's anything for California. And there's not. So we won't look for California. But I do want to look for a management. I want to manage an environmental contract. So I'm going to put management. Oops. In the keyword search. And you can see I ended up with 14 results. So I can scroll through the results, or I can also download the results if I want to look at them offline. And what I'm going to do is look at one of these results, and I'm going to look at this one that has management in the title, since that's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to actually open it in a new link, otherwise it will mess up my search criteria. So since I'm logged in, I can follow this, and I'm going to follow it because I'm really interested in it. So I click the follow. And then here I can read everything about it, who the command is. And you see right here, if there's any changes, you just click the view changes, and it'll show you everything that was changed. So here, the published date was changed from August 10th to August 23rd. And then the other important date is when the offers are due. And if we scroll on down, we can see there's a total business set aside. The NAICS code, the place of performance is in Klamath Falls, Oregon. And then when we get down here, here's all of our documents that we need to put together our proposal or our bid. And we can download all those if we want to look at them later. we can download them and take a look at them later. It also shows the address of the contracting officer or office. And then here's some point of contacts in case once you read through everything, you have some questions and you want to contact them. So we had a pretty successful search. And you're saying, well, I'd like to keep that search so I can run it every time. So what you'll do is save the search and give it a name. And I'll just call it that one again. And I will save it. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So now I have my saved search. So now when I log in, I can just come here and do save searches. And I will click on my environmental management. And it will run it. So I can come in here every day and run it and see what's new. So that's very helpful. They no longer, if you remember FBO, they used to have an option where they would send you notices for things that were in your NAICS. It no longer does that. So it's kind of up to you to come in and do your searching. And the next thing I'd like to show you is for following, if you click on your profile and you go into your profile, anything you're following will show up here. And I did follow that one. So if I'm following it and I don't want to go back through trying to look for it, I can always come here and click on it and find it. And I'll just bring it back up, the one that I was looking at that I was really interested in. And the other thing I want to mention, if you want to do some more searching and just see everything that was updated, you can come here and hit the little drop down here and go to the data bank. And what we want to look at is contract opportunities. And there's only one available report. So click on contract notice details. And as that's running, we'll come here and as we were doing previously, we will select the total small business set aside, and we will go to current response date and we'll put in today's date. So we want to see everything that's available after, or today and after. And for the status, we will want to put active, and then we'll run that report. And so then this provides you with 3,924 records. If you just want to see everything that's out there and current and available, you can come in and update it as often as you want and do this search. And excuse me, you can download it to an Excel format, which allows you to and I'm going to find it. Okay, I just want to make sure that's showing. So it brings you back this big search, and what I like to do is filter the data, and usually I come to the NAICS code and deselect them, and then put in my 541620. Click OK, and then I get everything that is for that NAICS code all in one spreadsheet. I can check the current response dates. I can check the opportunity and the description. I can check the notice ID, and then if I'm interested, I can take this notice ID and put it back in the system and search for it. But this is one way that you can find opportunities. If you just want a list to go through, you can do it that way. Sorry, I'm trying to find my, trying to navigate. So if we found that opportunity, now we're interested in that one, we can go back to our Beta.SAM and actually just go here for contract opportunities and paste in that, the one we found that we were interested in, and search for it. And it's right here. Then we can go look at it and say we want to follow that one too, because we're really interested in it. And then we have all of our information here. So those are kind of the ways that you search in Beta.SAM for opportunities. I did want to say, I think I shared, but you can download your searches too. Just like you downloaded that report, you can download the searches and also save that. And so let me change back over to the slides. And so this, I just wanted to do a word about FedConnect. Some federal agencies will post a variety of different types of opportunities on FedConnect. For example, the Department of Interior, they will post their bid notice or their notice to Beta.SAM with a link to FedConnect that contains a solicitation package. And also when I was a contracting officer there, I would post anything under 25K, 25,000 on FedConnect, just because anything under 25K needs to be put in a public place or public notice. So I wouldn't necessarily publish it to Beta.SAM, but I would put it in FedConnect. So it's a good idea to go out and get registered in FedConnect if you're looking for different opportunities, or maybe some of the ones that are under 25,000. In FedConnect, the opportunities are either public or directed, and you don't have to be registered to view the public opportunities. But once you're registered, you can see all opportunities and whether public or directed. And then the little caveat that directed opportunities are for specific vendors or applicants, or a limited group of vendors or applicants. And here's just a screenshot of the homepage of FedConnect. If you only want to look for opportunities, you can search right here. If you want to register for a free account, you register here. And then you can sign in and have full access. And then I just have a screenshot of a public opportunity that I did a search on. And I did it by NAICS code, of course, my NAICS code that I like. And then here's opportunities. And you can see there's more than one page of opportunities showing up here. So, and I did include this guide if you want more information on FedConnect. I'm not going to go in and do a demo on FedConnect today, but I just wanted to let you know that there is another place where some opportunities might be posted that aren't on beta.sam.gov, some of the lower priced opportunities. So now we're going to move into the California state opportunities on CalProcure. So CaleProcure, kind of like Beta.SAM, is a one-stop source for the contracting opportunities in the state of California. You can get connected to government bid listings for service and construction contracts over 5,000, commodity contracts over 50,000, and IT goods and services over 100,000. The state agencies will post their solicitations when they go out to bid. And subcontractors can find contracting opportunities. Subs can place ads seeking work with potential primes, and primes can also do an ad looking for subs. And the ads are free as long as you're logged in to the system. Just one caveat to the advertising. It allows This option allows for an award under the following conditions. The contract is awarded to a certified small business, micro business, or disabled veteran-owned business. The contract award is greater than $5,000 but less than $250,000. And the quotes were received from at least 2 of the certified small businesses or micro businesses or 2 certified disabled veterans. So anything less than $249,999, if they can find 2 or more small certified small businesses, micro businesses, or disabled veteran-owned businesses, they can award that to them without advertising. But if they only have 1 quote that comes in from a small business or any of the others, they would have to advertise it because 1 quote is not permitted under that method. So really important to register as a small business in the state of California. Okay, and now we're going to switch to looking in Cal eProcure. And if you'll just give me a moment to make that switch. Sorry, you're seeing my emails there for a minute. So this is the landing page for Cal eProcure. And there's just one thing I want to bring up while we're in here. If you're in here and you need some help, there's an access training. I don't think a lot of people know about this, but they do have courses on how to register as a bidder, how to apply for your SB DVBE certification. Those are the 2 that I use often. It has a little video for each that you can go watch, and it'll help you do those registrations. I just wanted to bring that up because I think a lot of people don't know that that help is actually there. So back to the portal, and we're going to look for opportunities. So the first thing we're going to do is view and search bids. Oh, I don't have to log in. And you don't have to log in to view the current bids. So if it comes up, just hit it again and you'll be taken here. So currently, as we see it right now, these are the posted. If you look at event status, these are the posted opportunities. And right now we have 266 opportunities, and you can download all of them if you like, if you just want to take a look and see 266 opportunities. Or the other thing we can do is go to the advanced search criteria. And the first thing, sometimes people miss it, but there is an item description if you just want to do it by a keyword. And the keyword I'm going to use today is roof, because I'm a roofing contractor and I want to see if there's anything that has roof. You can see right here, so we narrowed all the 266 down to 2. There's 2 opportunities that have a roof and roof replacement in those. And so I just wanted to take a look and show you one of these opportunities, just to show you that everything that's available within the opportunity. If you want to copy the URL link, you can do that right here. If you want to email it to someone, you can click on email and email that. Otherwise, we have all the information to identify this event, and plus a small description. We also have contact names here. We have a pre-bid conference, and we can see that it's mandatory, and oops, I missed it. So I won't be able to bid on this, but that's okay. A contract license type. So if I'm a roofer, I'm going to need my C39 roofing contractor license in order to bid on this. And we can see the area is in Napa. So this opportunity is in Napa. We have our UNSPC code here that tells us it's for roofing membranes. So it looks like we're going to put a roofing membrane on this roof. And I'll show you the vendor ads. First, you can click on the vendor ads. And this one, you can see there's no ad for a prime seeking a sub, but there is a sub seeking a prime. And this person has a DVBE. So if this solicitation requires a DVBE percentage, and you are not a DVBE, you can email Derek here and see if you can work out what part of the contract he wants to do for to help you meet that requirement for the DVBE. And to view the package, you would come here and say View Event Package. And then you can click and download the invitation for bid on this. You just view it right here. And also there's some, they have some comments in here that you can read through. And that's how we kind of look for that opportunity, and that's what it looks like when you go in to view it. And if you want to look at vendor ads. Now, if you want to add your own vendor ad, you have to log in. Unfortunately, I'm not logged in because I am not a contractor and I don't have an account. But if I were logged in, I would be able to, there would be another square here saying that you can place an ad. So if you're a prime and you're looking for a sub, you can place an ad. If you're a sub looking for a prime and you have a DVBE or an SB, you can add your ad there. Yeah. Okay, go back. Oh, I'm sorry, I go here. Okay, so that was looking by item description. And the other way we can search is through a UNSPC code. And for this one, I'm going to say I want to do some cleaning. I'd like to clean some buildings. So I'm going to search for that. And I am offering a service. So this is the code I want to use, cleaning and janitorial services. So I will click on that. And I can go ahead and add some more, but we're just going to go with this one right now. And I can search. Okay, and I just happen to have two cleaning opportunities, two janitorial service opportunities. And again, you can go look at it, all the events, all the information. There was no pre-bid conference on this. There's our area, it's in Lassen. There's no license needed for this. When we view the vendor ad on this, and I looked at it before, oh, it wasn't this one, sorry. It was just an advertisement to help you with submitting your bid. So just be careful on those. And if you need help, you can come to PTAC. We can help you with your bids. You don't have to pay for it. Actually, let me show that. I think it's this one. I clicked on the wrong one. I think it's this one. Yeah, so this is a company that wants to help you put your bid in. You know, maybe you need that, maybe you're just starting out, but PTACs can help you put together your bids and look at requirements, and SBDC can help you with the business side. So we do that for free. You know, I'm not sure if they're charging. They don't say that they're charging, but just be careful with that. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to clear this. And now I just want to show you can search by the license. So we're just going to go look for that C39 again. So instead of typing roofing up above, I could have just come here and seen all and click C39 and saw all the requirements for my license. And as you can see, we got the same two here as well. And then finally, the service area. You can click on the service area, say I only want to work in Alameda. So all I really care about are what opportunities are available in Alameda. And it's such a short short list. We can look at that really quickly. We don't have to go any further. I can say, no, well, maybe I want to do some botanical services. I could do that. Or any of these others. So if you know, maybe you're restricted to only being able to work in Alameda for travel reasons, you can search by the services, by the county. You can add several. Say you want to do Alameda and San Francisco. You can do that as well. You would just add a new service. I'll scroll down and do, I passed it. There we go, and search. And then we got a couple more, I think. So anyways, that gives us the current listings for that, and we can download that as well, as I said. So that's kind of how to search on for opportunities on CalEProcure. And I'm sorry that it takes me so long to transition. So that was our CalEProcure demonstration on how to find opportunities. And there we go. And a word about Caltrans opportunities. I know we had a brief intro for that, but I just wanted to include it because someone may be saying, well, where do I find those? And you had the information at the beginning of the slides, and I just wanted to include that the Caltrans opportunities are published on CalEProcure. But if you want the plan specifications or project information, you'll have to go to the currently advertised, and there's a link there for that. But to look at any of the documents, you're going to have to register, and I included a link for that. And here's just a screenshot of the all projects currently advertised link. You can create an account here, and then once you have that, you can sign in. And then it'll bring up all the opportunities by region. Oh, shoot. Oh, no.
You might indeed want to just restart it and get it back, and
yeah,
I can bear with you. Sometimes the wait for a respond could be or hours go to die.
Sorry, folks, I shouldn't have clicked on that.
All right, we're just having a day of technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Get it out of the way all at once, then the next webinars will be perfect.
Yeah, it just happens on mine, that's all. It's okay. Okay, are you seeing it again? Okay, I gotta click.
Yeah, we're seeing the welcome slide there.
Okay, let me click through.
Great.
California. Okay, Caltrans, and okay, we did that one. I'm not clicking on it. Okay. Once you see the list of opportunities by the region, so this is 01, so that's up by Eureka. This one's actually Humboldt County, near Arcata, near Humboldt. But once you're logged in, you can see the list of bid items, the project plans, any notice to bidders and special provisions, the bid book, and then there's 5 bidder inquiries. You can look at that. Subs and suppliers, you can actually opt in. You can see who's opt in. And then primes can advertise for help. So there's 8 primes looking for contractors to help. And you can see who the plan holders are. And also we've had some recent trainings on this, doing business with Caltrans under 10K. You can watch now or view the slides. And then in June, we did finding contracting opportunities with Caltrans, or Caltrans probably did that, which we also have recorded that you can view. So a couple of things there for you to view. Now we're going to switch into the county opportunities. So we saw with the Beta.SAM and CaleProcure that that's a one-stop shop for looking for opportunities. Now, once we reach the county, every county has a different site and different procurement sections and different regulations based on what the county has put forth. So each county has a procurement section. The counties will publish their opportunities on the county webpage. Opportunities are public information and all documents should be available at no cost to the contractor. So if you happen to get in there and you hit something where they're asking you to register and pay for like bid sync or anything like that, see if you can find the point of contact so that you can get those documents without having to pay to see them. And same goes for the cities. And like I said, county websites may direct you to a bidding platform, but all the ones that I saw, you were able to go in and view the documents without registering. Okay. So I chose Alameda to look at. They do their procurements of goods and services in a centralized, in the GSA procurement department, and GSA here stands for General Services Agency, not to be confused with General Services and Administration for the federal government. Informal competitive bid process may utilize when cost of goods or services is $100,000 or less. So informal, the quotes are solicited from at least 3 vendors whenever possible, and informal requests for bids are not normally advertised. So formal competitive bids, this is anything over 100,000. They do post requests for proposals and requests for quotes on their contracting opportunities website, and they also advertise them in the local newspapers. Here's a source here that you can click on if you like that. And then just one thing about Alameda County and kind of most counties is that they're very oriented towards their own local businesses within the county. So you may see that the bids are maybe restricted to businesses within Alameda County. And one program that Alameda has is the SLEB program, the Small Local and Emerging Businesses, which they really like to award contracts to. So if you happen to be a small business in Alameda, you may want to look into this program if you haven't already. They do provide a 10% bid preference on eligible contracts. And like it says, the program was developed to promote and foster inclusiveness, diversity, and economic development for local businesses within the county. And I did provide you a website if you want to go check that out. And now we're going to go look at the Alameda website. I need to go back to and here it is. Okay, so you can see it's just it is one page. It allows you to jump to different categories, and then there's not that many, so you don't need a huge search engine to look at the county advertisements. You can just scroll through and look what interests you. So we have a lot of COVID things here, which is very popular with us right now. So I think this is a newer one, so we can look at that. You can see right here it has your RFP available, bid form. It's on Alameda County. They do a lot with the bid form that you need to fill out. And there's also an attendees list. It looks like they had some type of meeting about it, and there's an attendees list so you can see who all attended, and might be some subcontracting opportunities there. You can reach out if you don't think you can do the entire contract, but maybe you're a SLEB and you can help a prime out meeting their goal. I would show you they do have the easy sourcing. So when you come in, you can see right now on easy sourcing, and you don't have to sign in to see it. If you click, here's the 13 opportunities that are out for bid, and this is the one we were looking at. And we can view the bid package here. And so we can view the bid package and then submit. I think you have to be signed in, but so here's the bid package, and here's your bid form right here. And I'm sure in the information it tells you how to submit that that bid if it's not through here. Probably have to be logged in order to submit your bid, which I'm not logged in. Like it says, it's for view only. So basically that's how you look for the county opportunities. This is Alameda, and we should be back at our slides now. So that's Alameda, and we do have a convenient, oh shoot. We do have a convenient website list for you. And this is just NorCal PTAC area county websites. I should say that because I know we probably have people from outside of our area attending this today. So we do have a list for all our NorCal PTAC area. But if you are looking, or if you're in another location, you can simply put the county name. So I would say Alameda County Procurement when I search. And that should bring you to the procurement department for your county, or within a few steps of it if you're looking for it. So that's one way to search for those opportunities. So then we have the city opportunities. And again, this goes out. There's even more of these spread out and have different requirements. So you're getting further and further down. So more and more search for you to do. And what I found when I was searching, that each city may have a procurement section or individual that is responsible for purchasing. And sometimes I saw it fell under the finance section. A city may have a public website to post opportunities, but some will be using a bidding platform that requires a paid subscription. And like I said before, you don't want to pay, you don't want to pay a subscription if you only want to look at one bid and you're not even sure if it's something you want to do. So you can always ask for the solicitation from the point of contact, and they should provide it to you. And the thresholds for posting vary from city to city. So check the website for each city to determine what opportunities they post. So today I selected City of San Francisco opportunities to look at. And the city typically must use competitive bidding procedures to select their suppliers. They will use either a low bid, a request for proposal, or a request for qualifications. Chapter 21 of the Office of Contract Administration Regulations allows competitive solicitations to be waived if there's only one source for the goods or services, if it's something proprietary, if it's kind of a pilot project, or if there's another agreement in place that they can use. And this is the thresholds for the City of San Francisco for when they would post. So I'm kind of looking here. If it's under 10K, they can get 3 quotes, and that's fine. If it's a commodity or general service over 10K, they can do a solicitation and they would do the lowest bidder on that. If it's a commodity or general service over 10K, they would do a solicitation and they could do either a low bid or they can do a request for proposal, probably depending on how complicated it is. Professional services, it looks like under 10K, they do not do a sourcing on that, so they probably have some professional services, a list, or they have an agreement already in place, and they will just simply compete amongst them and do a bid. Anything over 10K for professional services, they do a solicitation and they do an RFP or an RFQ. So no low bid on that. So their probably qualifications would be some sort of past performance and technical review. So those are the thresholds for the city of San Francisco as far as, and I must add, this is non-IT. I did not get the IT purchasing one for that. So the city of San Francisco has an opportunity website. And that is right here. And actually, the city and the county share the website. So city and county information is here. And this is a real basic website. As you can see, there's not really a download. I don't know if you log in, which I can't log in. If you're allowed to download or save searches. I simply just wanted to show what a city opportunity page looks like. I know on this one you can say that you only want to see posted, and you can hit search and then sort by. You can sort by the due date. And so the due date that's coming up the closest, which this one's tomorrow, will be at the top of the list, and you can simply scroll through and see what's available. Here's some COVID things and some SWAT equipment. So there's a list there. I think there were, yeah. Oh, one got added since I looked last time. So there's 67 opportunities out there. As you can see, some of these are pretty far out. So probably planning phase for those. But again, this is how to find the city opportunities without having to pay or look at anything like that. And we can go in and actually look at one. So again, you can copy the URL or email the event to someone. You can download the attachments. Looks like someone's looking for a partner. You have to be logged in to view all of this. This is what you get for free or without logging in. There's all the requirements. So you can read that, and then you can place a bid. You can find partners or view partner requests. So again, that's how to look up some city requirements. And I'm going to go back to the slides. And I did go through and make sure we're here. There we go. I did go through, we hadn't had this list before, but I went through and found a lot of the Norcal PTAC area, the city procurement sites. So again, if you're out of the Norcal PTAC area, or I don't have your city listed here, you can simply list the city name, such as San Francisco. I said San Francisco City Procurement, and it should get you close to the site where they have their bid opportunities, or at least a link to their bid opportunities. As you can see, some of these out here, such as Antioch, you can click on this, but you actually go into another site. So here's BidSync. You can see the information there, but you would go into BidSync to find everything else. And I just wanted to point out that some of the city and the county are the same site. So San Francisco, San Jose, they do use the same sites. And I think that's my last slide. So I hope that's helped a little bit. I know we're going to get into some questions here. I wanted to leave plenty of time for questions, and if I need to show anything again. But that ends my presentation. I'll turn it over to Jane so he can
So I can do the things that I do. Yeah, I'll just let you guys know a bit. I think the next slide is about upcoming events. Is that right?
Yeah.
There we go. So thanks, Nancy, so much. I think that should be really helpful for everyone. And like she said, we're going to have a Q&A now. But first, I just want to talk about some upcoming events. As I mentioned, this is the third part of a 4-part government contracting web series. So tomorrow we will have Paul Tavernius from the SBA, Small Business Administration, talking about federal government contracting. So that should be pretty helpful. Thursday, yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay. Well, it says Thursday, but it's actually Wednesday. So ignore that Thursday there. It's August 26th is correct. Then coming up in mid-September, we have a fire response and recovery workshop that we have thrown together in light of the devastating fires that are rocking the West Coast this year. So if you have the capacity to help out with the firefighting effort in any way, we recommend that you take a look at this. And of course, if you're in our service area, apply. We do have some advisors who are specialists with fire response. If your business is woman-owned, we recommend that you check out one of these webinars. They are duplicates. Woman-owned small business certification webinar. The first is on September 17th. Second is on October 6th. You only need to go to one of them unless you really need to hear it twice. And then, of course, if you do anything with cybersecurity, sensitive information, online information, our cybersecurity update Q&A is going to be really helpful for you. Federal government is instituting all sorts of changes to the requirements that contractors need to fulfill in order to be awarded contracts in the realm of cybersecurity. So please take a look at that as well. That's on Wednesday, September 23rd. All of our webinars, it looks like, except the October 6th one, are at 10 a.m. Okay, so now I think it's Q&A time. I see some folks are entering them into the chat, and I don't think I was very clear about it. If you were able to use the Q&A, as I mentioned, we had some technical difficulties earlier, but I think should be clear. Please enter your questions into the Q&A feature, and we will get them answered. So my preference is not to monitor the chat. It makes it a lot simpler for Nancy and I. So let's get started. Nancy, can you go to the next slide there?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Just for
okay.
aesthetics, since we made it, we might as well use it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Data bank search. All right.
Okay, so Robert Joy has a question. Robert asks, he has 3 questions, so I'm going to ask them one at a time. The first is, what is the difference between the data bank search on the first search that was demoed? Difference between, I think there's only one.
I'm not sure what he means by that.
Maybe he means the difference between the data bank searches, multiple.
The different, here, let me share the screen, sorry. Share, let me move the questions over here. I think maybe he's asking about all of these, maybe?
I'm not sure. Robert, you are welcome to clarify your question in the Q&A. Why use the data bank search on sambeta.gov and the first search that was demoed? Is his clarification.
Why use it? Why use a data bank search on SAM and the first search that was demoed? Oh, I guess you're asking me why would we do that? My goal here today was just to show you how to search for opportunities, how to find opportunities. And I just wanted to be, I guess, complete. I think it's a good way to search. It has the most accurate data on there. So I think that's what you're asking.
Robert's clarifying there was another search that was demoed other than using the data bank approach. Do they show the same data?
Um, well, you could go through the search opportunities and find opportunities.
Mhm.
So I guess basically, yes, they do show the same things. It's just, it was another way for me to show you ways to search for opportunities.
Is there any benefit of using the data bank rather than this one?
You can narrow it down more. You can narrow down more in this one. Sorry, it doesn't look like Beta.SAM is working right now. So of course, adds to our day here.
Okay.
So if you search in here, if you use all these filters, you're going to get it narrowed down to the 2 or 3 searches, you know, that came up. Like when I was looking for environmental, I was showing you the other one. Basically, if you just want to search for everything that's available. And there's only a few search criteria within that one, and it's not coming up. So I'm sorry. We just seem to be having all kinds of computer issues today. So basically, it was just my way of showing you another way to search for opportunities. I was trying to give you all possible information to search for opportunities.
Perfect. Okay. Tamika is asking, are we allowed to bid on contracts, I assume, after the due date if nothing has been awarded yet?
Typically, if they put out a bid and they don't get anything for it, they're going to reissue it.
Generally, it's not advisable to spend your time
Well,
bidding on contracts that have already closed.
right, because if they don't get anything, they're going to have to resolicit it. Just because you bid after the deadline doesn't mean they're going to award it to you, because they'll need to resolicit it because maybe something's wrong with it. They'll probably need to look through it. You know, maybe some of the criteria is wrong. That's why they didn't get a bid. So they're not just going to accept one bid after the due date.
All right. Thank you. Let's get to another one of Robert's questions here. Why would I use FedConnect versus sambeta.gov if I'm looking for contracts over 25,000? I wonder if he means under.
No, I think he means over. He's like, why would I go look there if I can click on SAM?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I was just simply bringing up FedConnect, and you notice I didn't demo it or anything like that, simply because I know that in Beta.SAM, some of the links from some of the departments will take you to FedConnect so that you can see all the documents. It was simply just a demonstration. And I did mention that FedConnect is where I know some of the Department of Interior folks will publish items for less than 25K because it's a public posting. So, I mean, you can use beta.sam.gov all you want, and FedConnect, again, I'm showing you where opportunities are listed. That's what this is about. So you can look there, or you can just look on sambeta.gov.
Okay. And the last question here from Robert is, do all state agencies have to post to CaleProcure if the contract opportunities are above those thresholds outside that small business exception?
Do all state have to post on Cali if the contract opportunities are above those thresholds? Yes, I believe that's by regulation that they must post it if there's no requirement for them not to. If there's no exception for them not to, they should post it.
Sounds good. Oh, okay. Let's get to a question from Doug Birnbaum here. Hi, Doug. Doug asks, my business is registered in San Francisco, but I live in Contra Costa County. Does either of these factors affect where I can bid on state or city levels?
Well, it's not going to affect you on state because you're in the state. It may affect, if your business is registered in San Francisco, then you're going to want, and you live in Contra Costa. It shouldn't really affect the state at all. For city level, if your business is registered in San Francisco, you're going to have more opportunities in San Francisco with any of their small business or any of their programs. San Francisco has really good programs for small businesses that you can look into. I think that answers your question. It shouldn't really, where you live shouldn't really matter if your business is in San Francisco. So
that's what I was going to say. It's the business address that matters.
Yeah, it's the business address that matters. So
great, crystal clear. All right, someone anonymously asks this question. How can you search by agency in Beta.SAM? For instance, if I'm trying to set up all of those search parameters that you discussed, and I want to narrow it down to, for instance, the VA, Central California, Fresno, and VA, Mara Islands, Vallejo, how would I go about doing that? Thank you.
Gosh. I think you can. Sorry, federal organization. I would do Veterans Administration, and then I would probably, you could either do place performance, if you know the zip code. I would put the zip code if you know the one for Fresno and Vallejo. I unfortunately do not know those. You can change the filters and do the place performance state, and again do California. So that narrows it down. So down to about 38 results. I guess if I don't know the zip code, so I'm just going to put in, maybe I'll just put in Fresno. And this one comes up Fresno, California. So it looks like they have one thing out there right now. But if you know the zip code, I would probably do the zip code. You can do Fresno, you can do Vallejo. So it doesn't look like there's anything at Vallejo Veterans Affairs right now. I hope that answers the question.
All right, great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But Vanessa asks, I just would like to say thank you so much for the presentation.
Oh, thank you.
It's been one of the best so far. It's packed with great information. Thanks, Vanessa. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Vanessa.
And don't forget to fill out our satisfaction survey at the end of this webinar.
Yes, please.
We would especially love to hear from you.
Yeah, please.
We're glad to help.
Okay. Email how to search for bid. Oh, sorry.
Farah asks, can you please email me how to search for bids and get my self-registration as an 8A DVBE disadvantage?
They need to register as a client. That one.
Right, yeah. We can give you all sorts of personalized assistance, but do keep in mind that you need to be within our 15 county service area. But fear not, if you are outside of that, chances are you fall into the service area of another PTAC. Go to your Google, type in APTAC, APTAC, and then find a PTAC. It will come up with a website where you can search for your zip code or your city. All right.
Thank
Doug
you.
says thanks. Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, thank you all very much. For
Robert is also saying thank you. So you're killing it, Nancy.
Oh, good. Maybe I'm thinking maybe I should just have one on just searching Beta.SAM so I can go more in depth. So
yeah. So Robert has another interesting question here. Can we say anything about how effective the ads feature is in the CaleProcure? I've wondered that myself.
I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth, because I'm not a vendor or a prime, looking. So I'm hoping that if you advertise on there that you want to subcontract, or if you're a prime and people are responding, that you're able to connect. I just can't tell you for sure, since I'm not a contractor and I haven't put ads out there. That would be something I wouldn't know about. I'm sorry.
All right. It's a bit of a research project. Does anyone else have any questions about the content Nancy delivered today? I will start to wrap. Where can we do this playback? Yes, indeed. I will address that in just a second. So, Suresh is asking, my business address is in Los Angeles, and now I'm in Pittsburgh. Can I use my Pittsburgh address when asking for help from PTAC? I assume you mean, do you mean Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or Pittsburgh, California? I'm assuming without clarification, it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in which case you could apply for a PTAC in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it won't be us.
Would they want to do LA though?
Oh, Pittsburgh, California. Okay. That is in our service area then. But you said your business is located in Los Angeles, so I guess that's the most important thing. Your business address is the address that matters as far as PTACs, so you should apply for the Los Angeles County PTAC. So yeah. Any other questions? Okay. So as I mentioned, we have been recording this whole session. This will be posted to YouTube, and the YouTube link will be linked on our website. It will join our archive of past webinars at norcalptac.org/webinars. Also, the slides will be turned into PDFs and provided in the same location. So don't worry about that. It's all going to come to you. I also want to say thank you so much to Nancy for all the research and time you put into this. And thanks to Patricia Silva for partnering with us once again. And thanks everyone for joining. When you exit this webinar, you're going to be directed to a survey, a link to a Google form. So it's a long URL, but if you do click on it, we would really appreciate if you just fill it out. It takes like less than 5 minutes, just like maybe even 2 minutes. You can fill it out anonymously, and it just helps us improve our services and stay funded. So it's really important to us that we do get responses here. That would be really great. You're also going to receive an email with a link to that survey. So there's 2 chances to get at it. As I mentioned, there is going to be another presentation tomorrow, and that is the fourth and last part of this 4-part web series. We're going to have Paul Tavernius from the SBA talking about how to do contracting with the federal government. So that's going to be really useful as well. Once again, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.